Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Rndr. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Taking a look at the daily chart, we can see there is an amazing uptrend here starting June 2022. That was the bear market for Rndr, and we were sitting at around 28 cents at that point. Now from there, we're up 1,757%. Let's zoom in on what has been happening over here. I can clearly see a trading range. If we take a block and we set it up from there to there. So this is the top in December 2023 and the bottom in January 2024. So this is a local top, this is a local bottom. From there we broke above that local top at the time and we printed a new all-time high. After that we ended up retracing approximately 75%. Average for an altcoin in this environment, most of them did 60 to 75%. Some even did 85 to 90, but that's that's more an exception. And we also almost wicked down to that exact same low from January 2024. You had an incredible opportunity here to get into Rndr below $4. I told everyone anything below $4.50, in my opinion, is a really good buying opportunity. We can also identify a support level over here. So if we add that trend line there, you can see we bounced off of that multiple times. We ran into that level as resistance with a bit of a fake out in December, and we broke down below it here in August last month. So if we start zooming in on the daily even more, you can see that we're potentially in a double bottom pattern. And this looks to be a bullish reversal pattern because we are coming from a downtrend here. And we're potentially going to start reversing this uptrend. But this is a very insignificant small pattern. This is not going to cause some massive explosion to the upside. This could be just a start of a local uptrend here, potentially taking us back up to this top. Or if you take a look at the target, of course, we're looking at $5.95, which also matches nicely with this trend line over here. And that is the previous low from July earlier this year. But you also have this local top from August, which you can target. On top of that, we can identify an ascending support trend line over here, and that is really good. You're printing higher lows. All we have to do is we have to start breaking above the current local tops, and that will be an amazing indicator for us to keep in mind, because in the future when we do retrace, we can always come back down to this green trend line. But I'm trying to see if I can get the color that I want. And we can also identify a descending resistance trend line coming all the way back down from June 2024. So you can see how we're getting stuck in between this support and resistance level. Actually, I'm going to change the colors because they're not too clear at the moment. So what could happen here is we might have a massive explosion to the upside. This is sort of a symmetrical triangle we can see on our chart. And if we set up a trend line as our target, so what we did is we took the top from this point over here in July 2024 and we dragged it all the way down to the bottom of the pattern. And now we take this trend line and we place it at the point, or the potential point of breakout. And what we're going to end up with is $10.30, which lines up nicely with this top from June 2024. All of this, of course, is a hypothetical, but with the interest rates getting cut today, this is the first step to that final wave of the bull market that I have been talking about. So an explosion from here now looks more likely than a breakdown from this pattern, even though it's still possible. A breakdown is still possible, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be an ultra bull here for no reason. You can still target these levels to the downside in case we have a correction. If you set up buy limit orders, of course, that's all great. But all I'm saying is that the narrative is shifting to the bullish side now. And if you're still hoping for those prices, below $1 or so, I would say Rndr is not coming back down to those values, at least in the foreseeable future. Now let's switch over to the weekly chart for more long-term targets. And before we continue with the video, I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon. If you're interested in getting more exclusive content, you want to support me as a creator, and you like what you're seeing here on YouTube and you want more, feel free to check out the Patreon. That's definitely a place for you. There's a 7-day free trial, which means you can get access to all of my content since the inception of the page. So that means you get podcasts, low cap gems, technical analysis, project reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We try to do posts there on a daily basis. We cover airdrops and a lot of stuff that we don't really cover on YouTube because we don't have as much time. And of course, because patrons get more stuff and more content. And if you're interested in that, the link is down below in the description. Thank you all. Let's continue on with the video. Taking a look at the Fibonacci retracement here on the weekly chart, we set it up from the top in March this year to the bottom in August last year. We dipped perfectly into the golden pocket, which is between the 0.5 and the 0.618. This is a healthy region to retest before the continuation of the uptrend. And it seems that that's exactly what Rndr is doing. We still haven't printed the bearish cross, which is when the 20 EMA, the yellow line over here, crosses below the 55 EMA, which is the red line over here. When that happens, that can act as a confirmation of the downtrend. And usually, after that happens, like it did over here, we have a continuation of the downtrend. The only difference is that this was a bear market, and right now we are in a bull market. So we cannot expect the same bearish correction after the bearish cross. That is because the whole narrative has changed. That is because Bitcoin is in a bull market. Bitcoin is not printing a bearish cross on the weekly chart. That is important to understand. So there is more bias to the upside in this scenario than there is to the downside. And again, this is my personal opinion only. On top of that, this is still an average buying opportunity compared to what you were able to get in here. Of course, below $4, that was an amazing opportunity. Still, $5 is not as bad. We can set up a Fibonacci retracement from the bottom in December 2022 to the top there in November 2021. Now, the actual bear market bottom was in June, but this is a wick. We want to target the candle closure in this scenario for the weekly Fibonacci. And you can see the minimal target is going to be sitting at $15 here. So a 3x is what you're looking at the bare minimum. If you're going to be breaking above the March 2024 top, I think that is very much possible. Then you have $22 as the 1.414, and then you have $40 as the 1.618. So $40 is going to be an 8x from the current values. I believe the market cap is around $2 billion. So that would put us, let's say, roughly around $20 billion. And that sounds like a good estimate for a bull market top for Rndr. So I think $40 is definitely doable. Of course, none of this is financial advice. Now, we're starting to recover from the oversold on the stochastic RSI, and that is a good sign. We still haven't started pumping on the weekly. So this could be your chance. This could be your little looking glass into the future. And then we have the relative strength index, which has recovered very well since the overbought levels in March 2024. We were sitting above the value of 90 on this indicator, so that was crazy. And now we corrected even below where we were back in August 2023. So this is an even better buying opportunity than August 2023 if you're looking at the RSI alone. Of course, the price is much higher than what we had in August last year. That is my breakdown for Rndr. Unfortunately, I did not end up buying any Rndr coins within the realms of the bear market. Like in 2022, this was an amazing opportunity to get into this project. Hopefully, most of you did watching this video. If you did, let me know what is your average buy-in price. Let me know what are your targets to the upside. Make sure to set up some buy limit orders in advance, guys. We have a few levels based on these Fibonacci retracements. So we have $4.20, we have $3.21. You can also target this local bottom from January at $3.50. And we can do the same with the bigger fib here. $3.77 as your 0.786 is going to be a massive target. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe and take care.